If you're planning to or are already in the process of selling your home without an agent, here's the top 7 things that you need to know to make your process as seamless and profitable as possible. How's it going, everyone? My name is Dallas Blanton. I am an agent here in Atlanta, Georgia with eXp Realty. And today, like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be talking a little bit about selling your home without an agent. So the number one pitfall that I see people fall into with their for sale by owner listings is, without a doubt, picture quality. To be fair, I see people selling $800,000 homes that are agents that have terrible picture quality as well. But I'm going to throw onto the screen right now an example of what your pictures should look like. This is the photographer that I use here in Atlanta. Shout out to Matt. It's relatively inexpensive to make sure your pictures are top quality, and it's the number one thing people are going to focus on or notice when they're around looking on Zillow, realtor.com, Trulia, Redfin, whatever they're looking on. You need to keep in mind that even with top quality photography, you're still competing against everyone's really short attention span as well. So you really need to try and tell the story of the home in as few pictures as possible. You don't want to skimp and have people thinking something's wrong with the property because there's obvious holes. But at the same time, you probably don't need 10 pictures of your second guest bedroom and 6 of the closet. It just gets repetitive. People are going to get bored. They're going to click on and keep moving. So the second easiest way for you to run into problems selling your home quickly and profitably is the pricing of the home. If you don't have your home properly priced, for instance, you price it too cheap, now you're going to have all these offers coming in and they might not be quite what you were expecting, and people are going to be making lowball offers on what is already a low price, and you might be walking away from $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 worth of profit on your home. Who wants to do that? The flip side of that is that if you price your home too high, and now your home might be sitting on the market for much longer than you anticipated, a few weeks or a few months even, and once negotiations start with you and a prospective buyer, they're going to know in their head that they've got the leverage because of how long that home's been sitting. I have a home valuation tool in the description of this video. It's super easy to use, takes 10 seconds. You just plug in your home's address and it'll come back, pull the comparables for you, and you'll get at least a ballpark of what your home might be worth. Number 3, we need to look at how you're going to be driving traffic to your listing. A lot of people have this idea that they're just going to throw their home onto the for sale by owner section in Zillow and people are just going to flock to the property. That might work in some areas, but I'm here in Atlanta, and for now you can still do that. But I have a coach that lives in Wisconsin, and if you look at this message right now on the screen, you'll see that if you live in certain states, that's not possible. And it's probably pretty likely that Zillow is just going to keep expanding their brokerage and pulling for sale by owners off. So another thing to keep in mind with traffic is that us agents aren't looking through Zillow and looking through realtor.com. We're looking through the MLSs, which is what Zillow and Realtor pull from. So it's much more efficient for us, and we can get much more specific when we're looking on the FMLS, the GA-MLS, than it is to go comb through Zillow to worry about the one-off for sale by owner. So you need to keep in mind that not many agents are going to be sending Zillow listings to their clients. They're going to be pulling off of the MLS. And when that's the case, you're not going to get any exposure to those agents. That's just another thing to keep in mind. You need to worry about how many eyes you're getting on your property. Even if you have good pictures and the home's priced well, if no one knows it's there, it's not going to sell. Number 4, you need to worry about how you're going to be scheduling your showings. If you're working a normal job, you're probably not available to show your home from 9 o'clock in the morning till at least 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm assuming you don't want to leave a lockbox on your front door with a code to it on Zillow or somewhere public where anyone can now just walk through your home. That's one of the advantages that agents offer. We have smart lockboxes where only other agents with buyers can get into the home, so you don't have to worry about your home security or anything along those lines. It can eat into a lot of your free time. If you're working 9 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon, then you come home, you have 30 minutes to kind of tidy up, and then you've got to get out of the home for another 2 hours while there's showings, when another home that's working with an agent, all those showings could have been done while you were away at work, and you come home and get to enjoy your evening. Number 5 is to get ready for some negotiations. Everything in real estate is negotiable, and this can take a toll, especially when there's emotions that are boiling over. You know, selling your home, selling your largest investment probably could be a pretty stressful experience. And when you're in the middle of this and now people want to start haggling over $1,000 or $2,000, it can be really easy to lose your head, especially if this is the first time or only second time you've done a deal like this. You've got to keep in mind the buyer is probably going to be very emotional as well. They want the best deal possible and they want to get into a new home as quickly as possible. The other agent is going to be looking at you saying, all right, how can I get the best deal for my client? You know, I do a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen deals a year, and this is the first deal of their life. Let's see how I can get the best deal for my client. There's probably going to be an inspection that gets done, and now they're going to come back and probably try and retrade the deal a little bit, get some credit for some repairs that need to be done. Maybe the repairs don't need to be done, but they're looking at you thinking they can take advantage of you. All of this is stuff to keep in mind. Number 6 is have a real estate attorney on hand. There's a reason that over the last 20 years for sale by owners have been cut in half. Unfortunately, our society is incredibly litigious, and with all of the documentation and contingencies and negotiating that goes on in a real estate transaction, it is incredibly important that you have a professional that is on hand to address any questions you might have and prevent you from being open to any liability in the transaction. Number 7, you really need to decide if you're going to be cooperating with agents on the buyer's side. You have to understand that if you're not going to be cooperating, you're probably going to be running into this problem where agents are not exactly eager to show your home to their prospective buyers. Why is this? Well, we get paid as agents in commission, and if an agent knows that they're going to put all this hard work and effort into getting their buyers your home, but at the end of it they just get a pat on the back, they're probably not going to be too eager. No one can put food on the table with getting pats on the back. Agents need to get paid and need to be able to provide for their family just like anyone else. So just something to keep in mind. If you are going to be cooperating, you're already going to be paying 3% in terms of the commission to the buy side, and in that case you're at least going to have one real estate professional involved in the transaction. But you have to understand they're going to be contractually obligated to operate in their own client's best interest, meaning they're probably going to be looking for ways to get the best deal possible. They're probably going to be trying to put you in a position where you're leaving money on the table. So something you need to be mindful of when you are in the process of selling your own home. I really hope you guys found this video valuable or insightful or useful, and if you did, do me a favor, hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to keep putting out 2-3 videos a week of all things real estate related here in Atlanta and across the US. And once again, if you need that link to the home valuation tool, that's going to be in the description below as well. Again, it takes 10 seconds of your time. Cannot recommend it enough if you're thinking about selling your home, just to give you at least a rough ballpark of what you might be able to get for your home on the market. Again, my name is Dallas Blanton. I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia with eXp Realty, and thank y'all for your time.